that has shaped the country in the last couple of days or week. Well, yes, we also have a discussion segment. Don't forget, it's also part of the practice. We have our discussion segment, and today our focus really is on the Nigeria's electoral process. Don't forget that the House of Representatives, as we speak, has before it the electoral amendment bill. They are trying to look at one or two things to amend as far as our electoral process is concerned. Quite a number of persons are also making their input. Organizations, individuals, groups are making their input just to ensure that we have a perfect electoral process in the country. Don't forget, the next electoral cycle is in 2027, and so everything really is being put in place to ensure that we have a seamless process come 2027. So our focus really is going to be that as far as our discussion is concerned, and we have someone who is going to be joining us via Zoom to take a look at areas that we need to improve on as far as our electoral process is concerned. Stick around, and I'm so sure you are going to enjoy every bit of the conversation. But as far as the political issues that have shaped the political scene really are concerned, the local government crisis in Rivers State is actually at the front burner. Don't forget that on Monday, the tenure of the local government chairman in Rivers State expired, and of course, despite the expiration of these of their tenure, the local government chairman refused to vacate their offices. According to them, they said that the House of Assembly in the state has made provision for their elongation, the elongation of their tenure for another 6 months. But trust Governor Siminalayi Fubara himself, and of course his supporters, actually went to the different local government secretariats in the state to dislodge this council chairman. And of course, it actually descended into a real face-off between the supporters of the governor and, of course, the supporters of the council chairman. Don't forget that the council chairmen are loyal, really. Most of them, if not all of them, are loyal to the former governor of the state, who is also the minister of the Federal Capital Territory, no other person than Nyesom Wike. And the political crisis in that state, really, is between these two gladiators, the incumbent governor and of course the former governor of the state. So and of course we also heard that in the course of the face-off, 2 people actually died. A police officer and of course a member of a vigilante group also died in the course of the process. On Wednesday, the governor actually took another step by swearing in caretaker committee chairman to oversee the administration of the local government councils in the state. We'll continue to keep our fingers crossed and keep tab on developments and issues as far as the political crisis in Rivers State is concerned. Now, moving from the political crisis in Rivers, we go to that of Edo. It's not really a political crisis, but the PDP in the state is actually calling for the resignation of the former deputy governor, that's Philip Shaibu. Don't forget that since Philip Shaibu lost out in the primaries, gubernatorial primaries in that state, in that election, he has really not been happy with the party. And so he came out in the course of the week to say he is going to be supporting the candidate of the All Progressives Congress ahead of the gubernatorial elections in the state coming probably September this year. And that has actually annoyed the leadership of the party, of the PDP in Edo State. They're actually calling for his resignation. Because they feel that if he's not supporting their own candidate, he should not be a member of the party. So that's that. We also continue to keep our fingers crossed and of course keep tabs on issues as they emanate in Edo and of course other parts of the country. We'll go on this break because we have a very important issue to discuss. Don't forget, we are looking at the electoral process, and we're going to be looking at quite a number of issues bordering around our electoral process in Nigeria. We'll go on this break. When we come back, our guest will be ready to really help us address these issues. Do not go anywhere. The program is still Political Update right here on OGTV.
Imagine this. Your friend says to you, "Hey man, look what my big bro sent to me. It appears there's an easy way to stop the virus from entering your body." And then you say, "Oh wow, please forward it to me, let me share." And then you send it to one person who sends it to other people and they share it with other people, all without verifying this information. This misinformation might get more people infected and lives lost. Now, imagine this. Your friend says to you, "Hey man, look what my big bro sent to me. It appears there's an easy way to stop the virus from entering your body." And then you say, "How sure are you this information is legit? Is it from the WHO or the NCDC websites?" Dude, please verify every information about the coronavirus from the NCDC or the WHO websites. Well, you see, you have just stopped the spread of fake info. Remember to tell your big bro, WhatsApp info does not mean correct info. Think about it.
Bribery and corruption is illegal. It could hinder the economic growth of a nation. If caught, culprit will end up in jail. Say no to bribery and corruption. The program is still Political Updates right here on OGTV, and right now we have been joined by Dr. Gbemiga Bamidele. Dr. Gbemiga Bamidele is the convener Society for Journalism Enhancement Initiatives. Together this afternoon we are going to be taking a look at Nigeria's electoral process. Some persons have quite a lot of reservation as far as our electoral process is concerned. In fact, what happened in 2023 has actually left many to really lose hope, really, as far as our electoral process is concerned. But we strongly feel, and we're optimistic, really, that things can get better if we have the right laws and we implement these laws to the letter. So we are going to be looking at our electoral process and what we need to do really to improve on this process. And we have been joined by Dr. Gbemiga Bamidele. It's a pleasure having you join us, joining this conversation. Let us begin by looking at, let me take your assessment really first and foremost. Your assessment of the previous electoral or election cycle, that's 2023. What's your assessment of the election, the conduct of the election by the Independent National Electoral Commission?
We are going beyond that. We have been covering and we have been participating in the conduct of elections with the defense of nationalism, address and that was sentiment. But let us just now access to national to digital past today, election is not important in fact, not clear. I can say vividly that it is an improvement from the previous one. Okay? It's an improvement from the previous one. So, the sort of person were instituted as if it's better elections that couldn't afford out of what I'm going to do in the past election. And communicated it. So I think there are lots of things that goes along with our elections in Nigeria. Particularly, what I'm looking at is that it has to do with the principal factor. The principal factor, the presidential candidate. People just bring out their perception, their impression that may be original, and they put it at the point that I top of their mind, and they use it to keep propagating where they pursue or where they are part of a particular purpose. And then you say that's the people we have some of these lessons. And today that this also is a sort of the English, sort of translation of the campaign of candidates and etc. So to me, the little party because it is an improvement on the previous one.
I'm sure quite a number of persons would have their own reservation. I mean, saying that the immediate past election is an improvement on the previous ones that we've had in the country. I mean, because when you look at what the figure of the number of persons that came out to vote, to cast their vote in that 2023, particularly the presidential election, you discover that it's the figure is lesser than what we had in times past. And what would have actually expected that as we progress in a democratic system, we should have more people coming out to involve themselves in the process. I mean, that's the beauty of democracy. It's a game of number. Yes, the more people come out, the more democracy is, booms, really. So what do you think could be responsible for the decline in the number of people who came out in the last election compared to what we've had in the past?
People without apathy. If you look at it from 79 up to today, you can not say that 2003 was an improvement of accident sickness. If you are talking about the number of people that participated in those elections, and consequently, we have the children. If you look at it, then you cannot just look at that of continuing in isolation. We also have a plan which has been progressing from 1999 up to 2010, and then it's how instead in 2023. So it's self-apathy, and fortunately, we are making to educate the populace that political participants do create most of this problem, because most inflation is even about the police on the people. We are pretty good that the people that are prepared for education, prepared for a particular education before, something may just go up a day or 2 hours time of infection, and they are free or something now. People may just spread false information. People may be misinformed, they will be misinformed. And all these things emanate from impression, maybe trying to blackmail the particular candidate. So I believe democracy is a game of numbers. But I think democracy is a game of numbers. We are the winner is just between the winner and other contestants. It is a team right. I mean, the weather, the authenticity of the conduct, or the agitated conduct of the winner. So, yes, we love it. Let people participate. The more the merrier. And even where it is small, and you know that the majority of the voters, that is the competent people that are supposed to continue to be elected. The majority of the populace is now because of the death are more affected. There's other thing. Because we bring Nigeria in our position and we are talking about politics. Because we are seeing elsewhere that what we talk about here, there are things that still not doing. When we are talking about performance, there is about 50% of what we are talking about. And that's everything.
Now, let us take a look at INEC, the Independent National Electoral Commission, which over time, some persons have said they have not, or that body is not truly independent. And rightly so, I mean, one would actually be justified in saying INEC is not independent. Why? Because the chairman of the commission is still being appointed by the president. National commissioners of the commission are appointed by the president. Even the resident electoral commissioners in the different states are also still appointed by the president. Now, do you think it's high time we allowed that body to really be independent? And of course, appointment of these commissioners and those that will serve in this body should not be done by the president. Don't forget that the National Assembly has before it the electoral bill, and so we should be expecting something like that. Would you be expecting the National Assembly to also look in that direction in terms of stripping the president the powers of appointing the chairman of the commission and the National Electoral Commissioners, and of course the resident electoral commissioners?
People that elect I need to be back. Now, I met the time is independent. The side, I mean, state in the so-called independent electoral commission are independent. Who are appointed to office? So, let's see with what we are just doing now. If they are not satisfied with their conduct, if there are impressions that they are likely to be full of property that are covered or employed them, let the assembly look at the law regulating them or establishing them, and the establishing and then do an amendment that at least reduce the complaint. But I believe we have practices state independent electoral commission in Nigeria. Are they independent? At least most of you talk about INEC Council, independent any of these practices. Are they taking time to remove complaints to their government or to their state house of assembly? That CNEC is not independent? Because no matter, notwithstanding practice that is really in the state, if there is local government, why don't we have the reflective of the opinion or the thinking or perception of the public? No. You see, we are talking about all this not independent, I think issue. Anyway, I think you are hearing that I make working on taking care of the safety sector. This is to me, it's a good development. So now, as we cannot look at INEC, it's the beginning of as we custom, we cannot look at INEC.
As we custom, Dr. Benida, as we custom, yes, we can hear you loud and clear. As we custom, what are those adjustments you would like to see in our electoral process that you think would really enhance our electoral process? And secondly, coming to your constituency, you are the convener Society for Journalism Enhancement Initiatives. What roles really do you think journalists, the media really, because they are regarded as the fourth estate of the realm, what roles do you think they can play in enhancing our democratic and of course an electoral process? Those two questions are as we custom.
Thank you very much. Because I've been, you know, in case you can read it, we've not been performing adequately. In fact, when you look at the performance of journalists or media in the Second Republic and compare with the current situation, we agree with that and really seriously. Because at the same time, as a journalist, I was covering the national assembly. I performed work project. And what we had there is different from what and what I'm saying now. The main aim and objective of choice of journalism and enhancement initiative and is to improve journalism in all sides. We are talking about passive building of members, that is to Kenya and Kenya. Because what is done cannot be because there is journalists that don't work with police of giving assistance and responsible coverage. We are doing the covering fellow population, it is parliament, it is whatever. If we are not good, because there are things to look for. Because it will not be taken.
We must thank you, Dr. Bamidele, for your time with us this afternoon. Unfortunately, our time will not permit us to continue. I mean, quite a lot of issues to talk about, really. But I mean, in the coming days, we'll look forward to having you back on the show so that we can really have an exhaustive deliberation on our electoral process and, of course, the roles of journalism in enhancing our elections and democratic process. Thank you so much for your time this afternoon. We really appreciate your time with us. That's the size of the program. Political update right here on OGTV. I thank you so much for watching. I wish you the very best of the weekend.